Shaetan here, bringing you another replay from MLG Providence, this time on Xel'Naga Caverns with the blue Zerg Liquid Haypro spawning in the top right position, and the red Protoss Reigns Kiwikaki spawning in the bottom left position. Now, I think Haypro is probably going to be very displeased with this map choice. Xel'Naga is a difficult map for Zergs to play on just because, one, this natural is so wide open, and two, after you take your natural, where do you take your third? You have the option of this space right here, which is behind a series of rocks. It can be very, very easily punished by the Protoss player going in this angle, and the gold has rocks in it as well. So Kiwikaki is going to go for a Forge Fast Expand. Kind of a surprising choice there, especially because is this going to be airtight? I think there might be a hole there. I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. Hopefully Kiwikaki does have this lined up perfectly. Most players, you know, they practice their building placement for Forge Fast Expands. It's almost a necessity. And we'll see what Haypro decides to do. Doesn't look like he's going to be going for Speedlings because no gas has been taken yet. Probably just a spawning pool first, and then trying to get the hatchery down soon after. But it'll probably be pylon blocked, so he's going to have to delay that a little bit. And again, there's not really a easy alternative he can take. If this base gets pylon blocked, expanding to this is almost certain death. Now Kiwikaki is probably going to be very, very happy he saw that it is a pool without gas. That's going to let him actually... Is he going to go for it? I think he's going to go for the Nexus first build. Just think of how slow Lings are, and you'll realize that in the time it takes for those units to run down into the natural, you're going to be able to get up your forge and have a cannon there to defend. And look at this annoying little probe. It does a little bit of a mistake there from Kiwikaki, of course, right as I look there. The hatchery does finish, and we see that now Haypro's pool has also finished, and little bit of an odd choice there. I think Kiwikaki does drop this forge first, maybe because this drone was being annoying trying to pull a little Protoss action himself, but it is going to be driven away, and this Nexus will go down a little bit slower than he would have liked, so Haypro does have his hatchery down before his opponent expands, but you know, that's going to be okay. Also, Haypro getting supply blocked, making double extractors, canceling them to just eke out as much of an advantage as he can. Finally, he does get the 4 Zerglings out. He's going to try and, not sure what he wants to do with this. Probably just clear out the map, get a little bit of map control. But we see that there is a photon cannon going down in the mineral line. That's going to defend this area right here. And the photon cannon at the front that's going to defend everything else. So, nice building placement from Kiwikaki. He's going to be happy. We see that there are 2 gateways going down. Interesting choice. So, Kiwikaki is one of the, first players that I've seen do this. Recently, more players are beginning to do so. So you get the forge, you get these 2 gateways before your core, and then you get your +1, and then chrono boost out zealots out of these gateways. Once you have about 6 of them, you try to go and take out the 3rd base from your opponent. And you know what Zerg players do a lot with a Forge Fast Expand is they take that quick 3rd base and then they just drone up very, very hard. And that's designed to punish this because, you know, if you delay your gas for too long, if you don't have roaches, Zerglings just melt to that, to the +1 zealots. And we see Haypro is aware of this. We'll see what Kiwikaki decides to do. He is getting the double zealots out. And, interesting, we see Kiwikaki is getting this 3rd cannon. I wonder if he expects there to be some type of all-in or some type of pressure from Haypro. He doesn't know about this 3rd base. I think the drone did try to go and scout there, so I think that he might be expecting that there is some type of pressure, which is why he dropped this 3rd cannon down, but at the same time he's getting these zealots to, it looks like, just sort of force some more lings from his opponent, and we do see that 14 lings are out. So Haypro, and they're even basically on harvesters right now, not the situation you want to be in as a Zerg player, but, you know, after a couple more inject cycles he should catch up. There is a gas down for Haypro. He should be able to get Zergling speed fairly soon. And we finally see somewhere that there is a The Cybercore finally goes down. Now the Zealot is going to spot the third base, but these Zealots are just regular old Zealots, not +1. The Zealot sends out a psychic call to his companion to come and help him kill the evil hatchery. But it doesn't look like it'll do all that much damage. These Zerglings are taking down the rocks as quickly as they can. They're just ignoring the Zealots because they know that they're not going to be able to kill all that much. Just do some damage to the hatchery before they get taken out. And now some Zerglings are coming down here. They're going to be able to take out the Zealots quite easily. And Haypro's going to be happy. You know, he does have his third base down. These Zealots were kind of a half-hearted effort by Kiwikaki. I don't think he expected there to be a third base there, so that's why he dropped this third cannon in response to the pressure. And so these Zealots are just sort of all they did was they delayed the tech from Kiwikaki. The Cybercore is very, very late, and they didn't really do all that much else. So now we see that Haypro is droning up more and more. He's going to finally overtake his opponent soon if you just stop making buildings, Haypro. And he's getting his Roach Warren, he's getting an Evo Chamber, so he's, you know, just preparing for the timing pushes that are very, very popular as follow-ups to the Forge Fast Extend. You know, a 6-gate, 7-gate, something like that. Hits at around the 10-minute mark. It'll probably be a little bit delayed because these gateways are the gateways came before the core, both gateways. But now Haypro is going to know, okay, there's a robo facility out. I need to be aware that there could be Immortals out, and we see that he's getting the +1 melee attack, so he's going to try and, you know, punish his opponent with upgraded Zerglings. He's taken out these back rocks, so he's going to be able to transition between his natural and his third easily, and he's also getting ready to take out these gold. He's getting ready to take the gold. Really nice utilization of these Zerglings. A lot of players, myself included, you know, they'll make a bunch of Zerglings, and then they'll just kind of chill in front of your base, and you'll be like, I'm safe. Why not use them? You know, take out the rocks, make them be active. He has control of both the watchtowers. He's aware of the third, so he really knows what his opponent is doing. And he also had a beautiful scout down that let him know Immortals were out. So we see the lair is done. Where is it? At the natural. And there's double Evo Chambers going down. Probably going to get +1 air attack as well, and a Baneling Nest. Interesting choice there from Haypro. He doesn't have drop. We'll see if he researches it. I can't see him trying to use Banelings any other way, just because force fields are so powerful against Banelings. But, you know, still nothing to be seen there. Just a bunch of roaches on the way. Really the onus now is on Kiwikaki. If he lets his opponent macro up for too much longer, it'll be very difficult to, you know, take him out, because Haypro is on 3 bases, 4 hatches. He'll probably take this 4th base soon. And it looks like, what is Kiwikaki going to do? He has a bunch of sentries, not too many Zealots or Stalkers though, and only 1 Immortal. So these Zerglings are going to catch the Immortal. His companions leave him behind to die. But that sort of hesitation, the pullback, allowed Haypro to just make so many more units. +1 is going to be done. He's going to have about 40 Zerglings and 12 Roaches. It's going to be about 20 supply up on his opponent. And Kiwikaki, you know, has decided, I'm going to just try and punish my opponent. This Pylon is down. We'll see. I'm sure Haypro is going to try and take it out as soon as he can. These Zerglings are just kind of running in. They're going to take a little bit of damage. Nothing's going to happen. Is Haypro going to lose this base? He might. It looks like he's going to try and get the flank, and that's going to be beautiful right there. We see the force fields going down, but they only work on half the army. These Zerglings are already in. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage. We see that Haypro is doing damage with these roaches, and it looks like he might be able to kill this army. There is a warp in from Kiwikaki. Pretty nice force fields, but they're not airtight. The Zerglings are streaming in, and this Immortal is not target firing. All that will only has 7 kills. A lot of those were from it target firing Zerglings, and we see that Kiwikaki, you know, he retains his army, but now we see that Haypro is making 40 Zerglings and 2 Roaches, and these sentries just don't have all that much energy. There's maybe 3 force fields left, another 3 sentries warp in, so Kiwikaki recognizes I need to be able to force field off the inevitable Zergling follow-up, but we'll see if it's enough, if the force fields are going to be good enough, and the Zerglings do stream in. There is a hole right there that's going to be devastating. But the surround comes from Haypro's units, and he's doing a pretty good job holding off. Really nice move from Kiwikaki, sending off a couple of Zerglings just to do a couple of Zealots to do a little bit of damage. And I think Haypro might have just lost the game. We do see a bunch of Banelings being made, but they're kind of in an odd position. If Kiwikaki realizes this, he should go out there and try and kill them as quickly as he can. But the Banelings do roll in. They don't have speed. Oh, a lot of them waste themselves on the Banelings, and a couple more on the Immortal. Just really bad micro there from Haypro, and Haypro's supply is plummeting. He's about to lose his 3rd base. He's down to supply to Kiwikaki. Kiwikaki. Kiwikaki hasn't taken the third base yet, but he's retained so much of his army. He's warping in more and more units, and it looks like that this meager force from Haypro is not going to be able to win in the battle. It looks like this is just going to be GG. He's making more Banelings as like a last-ditch effort. This time they will have speed, and maybe Ventral Sacks will be done. But there's just not enough oomph from Haypro's army, especially against the +1/+1 army of Kiwikaki. Now they're finally in the mineral lines. Beautiful force fields there from Kiwikaki. The Banelings don't do anything, and it looks like there should be a GG from Haypro any second. Really, really nice play from Kiwikaki. I'm kind of surprised that he was able to do that after his opening sort of put him almost a little bit behind, just because he half-heartedly tried to do that zealot push without +1 with only 2 zealots, so his cyber core was delayed. But you know, he just hit a very, very nice timing with an immortal and just some beautiful force fields to give him that game. So Kiwikaki takes the lead 1-0 in the series, and we'll move on to game number 2.